up, y'all? It's Night Rider. So, but yeah, I feel pretty good. It's not easy vlogging, man. Sometimes you just don't have the flow, and I don't like giving y'all a bunch of bull crap, just me randomly blah blah blah. So anyway, let's get to it. What we'll talk about tonight. I want to talk about Harley-Davidson. This topic piqued my interest recently. I was talking to somebody about this phenomenon, the Harley-Davidson snob, or the Harley-Davidson subculture. I don't know what I'm gonna title this video. Basically, you know, someone on one of my videos told me, why don't I get a real man's bike? He was referring to a Harley-Davidson. Now, what makes somebody have this attitude? You know, I've given it much thought beforehand. Here's what I have deduced or researched about just Harley-Davidson in general as a company. And look, I'm gonna preface this video. I am not a Harley basher. I don't hate Harley-Davidson, the company. I don't hate Harley-Davidson, the bikes. I don't hate Harley-Davidson riders. I don't. And I'll put a link in my description with video proof of a video I made a while back. I don't have a extreme love for them either. I am indifferent. I don't hate or love them. You know, there's some bikes I like that Harley makes, there's some I don't. I think of them as any other company as far as the bikes they make. What I'm talking about is how the company markets itself and how they contribute to a culture of snobbery. So let's get to it. What Harley-Davidson does, and does extremely well, is promote an attitude of thinking that the Harley-Davidson is the best bike you could possibly own. Now, duh, every company wants to do that. But Harley-Davidson does it in a way that, and it does it so successfully, it makes their riders believe that they are riding the best bike in the universe. It doesn't matter what type of Harley it is. You know, by their commercials, by certain marketing tactics, Harley-Davidson encourages the attitude of, this is a real man's bike. And then obviously people themselves, some owners, the douchebags, they perpetuate it. And obviously, all Harley-Davidson riders do not act like that. I'm not going to generalize a whole group because of the way some people act. But Harley-Davidson, the company, knows exactly what they're doing. They want people to view a Harley-Davidson as something to attain to, something that you finally gotten older, you've grown, this is a benchmark in your life. This is, what's the word for it? A status symbol. And Harley-Davidson knows that. They do it to make money. And so that's where you get guys who tell you, why don't you buy a real man's bike? Let's get the record straight. There's no such thing to me as a real man's bike. A real man's bike is any bike that a man really wants to ride. That is a real man's bike. This is gonna turn yellow. Is it? Yeah. I don't knock anybody for what they ride. If you want to ride a 250, a 50cc, then that's a man's bike. The man is riding it. I don't think that you have to ride a Harley-Davidson to be a real man's bike. That's stupid. But Harley-Davidson has done such a great job of trying to put into the minds that Harley-Davidson is the best you can buy, is the best of the best of the best. And they put their label, that brand out there. I mean, geez. You have people so enamored with Harley-Davidson that they will buy anything with the Harley-Davidson on it. You got cups, clocks, watches, bracelets. I've even seen Harley-Davidson barbecue sauce, Harley-Davidson trailers, Harley-Davidson F-150 trucks, Harley-Davidson jackets. I mean, if you can put Harley on it, they sell it. So you have people who don't even ride motorcycles or even have a Harley buying Harley swag. And you know, my buddy has a Harley, and there's nothing wrong with this. If this is what you like to do, there's nothing wrong with it. Everywhere he travels, he buys a Harley-Davidson shirt, and I'm not sure if that's a big thing among all Harley riders. To my knowledge, I think that it is. But he buys a Harley shirt everywhere he travels. You know, and they love that. They are raking in the big bucks from that. People even have the saying, Harley-Davidson stands for $100, because you know that's how much that stuff costs. They charge you for it. You know, the company wants people to think, I want anything Harley-Davidson. If it says Harley, I want it. And it works, because I don't see that among other brands of bikes. You might see somebody wear a Suzuki t-shirt, but they ain't wearing no, you'll barely see a Suzuki mug or Suzuki trailer, Suzuki mug. Harley has that whole thing on lock. I can't blame them. They want to make money, and they're doing it. So that contributes to the people who might ride them to believe that they are riding the best thing on the planet, and that in turn brings criticism from other people who look at Harley-Davidson or Harley riders, and it makes them dislike it for that fact, which is, it may be incorrect. There's nothing wrong with the bike, but it's understandable how people have, Harley might have put a bad taste in people's mouths who don't ride Harleys. Because if you are, you know, putting your brand up on a high pedestal, you better deliver. And there are a lot of people who believe that Harley-Davidson needs to be more innovative with their bikes, and that's a whole nother discussion. But so you have people out there that says that if it ain't a Harley, it ain't this or that. I don't need to ride no Jap bike. I need a Harley. You know, they encourage that ignorant type of talk. Only Harleys in this drive. You know, there are people like that they eat, sleep, and breathe Harley-Davidson. There's some that, obviously, there are some that sincerely love Harley-Davidson from their experiences in riding it and living with it for years. That is their personal taste. But there are others that have been brainwashed into believing that Harley-Davidson is the end-all be-all. You know, and to me, they're easy to differentiate. The ones who sincerely love Harley-Davidson usually tend to be open-minded about riding other bikes. They just prefer Harley-Davidson. There's nothing wrong with that. You have a right to your preference. There's nothing wrong with preferring a bike. But there are the other ones that you can tell are not open-minded to riding other bikes. They only ride Harley-Davidson and haven't ridden anything else and don't want to. And that's how I differentiate the two. Between those who sincerely love it because they love it, and those who love it because they've been brainwashed to. Me personally, I am not brand loyal at all to Suzuki. To my knowledge, I actually only have one Suzuki t-shirt, and it was given to me for free. I don't have any Suzuki swag. I am not brand loyal. I love this bike, but if somebody made a bike comparable to a Hayabusa and had the little bullet points of what I was looking for, I would switch over so quickly. I have no problem buying a Harley-Davidson. I was actually been on the fence going back and forth between a V-Rod and a Suzuki Boulevard. And not Suzuki because it's a Suzuki, but because those two bikes have what I am looking for as far as horsepower. But I've been leaning more toward the Boulevard simply because the Harley-Davidson V-Rod is smaller and doesn't fit me as well as the Boulevard. So I don't think it's right to not right. I don't think it's wise to drool over a bike company simply because of a name brand. And I don't think it's wise to dislike a company or stay away from riding it because of a name brand. There are some sport bike riders who refuse to ride a Harley-Davidson or buy a Harley-Davidson simply because it's a Harley-Davidson. And they don't want to be a part of the I don't give a crap about a culture of a bike. If I like that bike, I'ma buy it. If the Harley makes a bike that looks better, faster, and has better specs than a Boulevard and in a good price range, I'ma buy it. Period. I do not care. I am not loyal to Japanese bikes whatsoever. My dollar will go to the best quality product I can afford. And I will ride anything. 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 Doesn't matter. And I think and I like that. You know, I like riding different things. I like experiencing stuff like that. Harley-Davidson makes some beautiful bikes. They make some bikes I don't like. They make some bikes I do like. You know, no biggie. Nothing wrong with saying you like a Harley-Davidson. But I don't agree with those people who say I hate Harley-Davidson, the whole company. Dang. But I think that stems from the company itself promoting that attitude of Harley is king, you know, and so that brings the haters. So that's my piece tonight, this morning, whatever. My name is Night Rider. You guys have a great day. Stay safe.